Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello, how are you? How has your week been? I have made a couple of videos that involve Wattpad content in some form or fashion. Y'all really loved the video that I put up in October of reading one of my favorite Wattpad books of all time. And so I decided I wanted to do that again. So this time I am reading another one of my most favorite books I've ever read on Wattpad. This one is called Ice by Wattpad user engelix, E-N-G-L-I-X. I don't really know, but I will link it down in the description. This is a hockey romance, but it is not your typical hockey romance or even just your typical romance, because the two main characters get together pretty early on in this book, and it's mostly just about them like navigating different aspects of their relationship. Highly unrealistic for most people, but it is the first one in a trilogy. Unfortunately, the third one is still unfinished. It is being periodically updated, but the time between updates is increasingly larger. But this trilogy is just amazing. The first book has 46 parts. It says it's gonna take me a day to read it. It did not take me a day to read it. But it is about these two characters, Avery Harrison and Finn Wilder, and obviously Finn is a hockey player, but he plays in the American Hockey League, which is like the minor league of hockey in America and the teams that are in Canada. It takes place in Seattle, and so Finn plays for the Seattle Thunderbirds, and he is still in high school. So that's how he meets Avery, and it's just, this book takes you on a wild ride. A very wild ride. So let's get into it. I don't know why I always film these clips in the dark, but it's time to start reading Ice. I'm so excited. I love this book. Why is it that I only film these clips in the dark? Anyways, I'm currently 8% into the book, and I've been reading a lot of the day. Currently says I've got 12 hours and 54 minutes. It says that there's 990 pages in this book. That's a lot. Anyways, I just love this book so much. Here's your PSA that there's gonna be spoilers. So if you want to read this book with no spoilers, then I suggest you not watch this. Reading books on Wattpad for so long has kind of, I guess, like ruined like most romance books for me, because like we're at 8% into the book, and like the characters have kind of pretty much admitted that they like each other already. And oh my gosh, in this book, the guy, his name is Finn, he just immediately falls for her. The main character, the female main character, her name is Avery, and oh my gosh, it's dual POV, and he just loves her right off the bat, and it is so absolutely adorable, like so cute. I just can't handle it. I am about 14% of the way through. They're getting closer. They still haven't kissed yet, which, considering the fact that this is not a slow burn, that's kind of crazy. Still says they have 12 hours left in the book. Avery's dad is cheating on her mom again. So her mom is wanting to move them back to New York, which is a long way from Seattle. Really long way. How can she tear these lovers apart? They've been dating so long. For like 2 weeks. Oh wait, they're not even dating. just got pummeled in the face because he was trying to protect his friend who was on steroids and got off steroids. Their coach wanted him to pick a fight. The guy who was on steroids, the coach wanted him to pick a fight with this big, huge dude on the other team that they were playing. And to protect him, Finn said he'd do it. Now he just got pummeled and he's just about to get yelled at by his girlfriend. So I had forgotten about how this is the part where her ex gets all creepy and weird and just starts calling them. And I know what is about to happen, and like, it just makes me cringe so bad. Finn Wilder just has such a way with words. Ugh. And then Avery is me. Really. This is not gonna be good. I am not kidding when I say Finn Wilder has a way with words. Okay, listen to this. It's kind of ironic, you know. My life has always revolved around ice. It only makes sense that I met the girl I love after she slipped on the only patch in the parking lot. Where can I buy one? Where can I buy one? It's so sad. Avery got kidnapped by her creepy ex. And she let him kiss her, obviously, because she doesn't want to freaking die. And then she feels all guilty thinking that she cheated on Finn. It's like, girl, no. You just wanted to live. No one can fault you for that. This guy's the worst. Like, seriously, James, what is wrong with you? Get over yourself. You've changed. You have a boyfriend. She goes, I could have called that game better than them. No, my grandma could have called that game better than those melted sacks of wax. So I finished this book. Do not acknowledge how I am in the same position and same outfit as I was in the beginning of this video. Anyways, this book, it really takes you on a wild ride, and I feel like my clips that I filmed really didn't capture the essence of this book. So like Avery, she's a bit of a bigger girl. That's how she's described in the book. And so when Finn starts talking to her, she has absolutely zero, she like full on doesn't believe that he like actually could potentially be attracted to her, since she's a bigger girl. She's like, guys like him don't go after guys like me, girls like me, like blah blah blah. But like, we know from Finn's point of view that he's like been watching her for a while before they first talked, which is like just so cute. Like this is the type of trope, like the guy would lay down his life for his girl. Like he cannot survive without her. Like he does everything he can to like make her life easier, which like I feel like you don't often see those kinds of tropes in characters this young, because they are seniors in high school. And it has a very interesting dynamic of the cast of characters, because obviously you got the high school people and all that because they're still in high school, but Finn plays for a AHL hockey team, the Seattle Thunderbirds, where he interacts with people older than him. And so you've got like Jack, who's like, I think he's like 21-ish, and then there's Casey and Grace, who are like 23-ish, I think. And so just seeing the dynamic between them and like Avery and Finn is interesting. But brief synopsis. So Avery trips on a patch of ice in the parking lot at school, which is how Finn goes up to her and is like talking to her. Pretty soon after they start hanging out, Finn drives Avery to her house and they find her dad, Avery's dad, on the porch, kissing someone who is not her mom. So then that whole thing happens. Then Avery's mom drops the bomb on Avery that she wants to move back to New York after Avery graduates, which, don't even get me started on how much that doesn't make sense considering the fact that Avery would then need to, so first off, Avery's gonna pack up all her stuff to go back to New York, and then she's gonna repack up all of her stuff to move to California to go to UCLA. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Then Avery's introduced to Finn's best friend Jack, who Finn finds out he's on steroids, which is obviously not good and could get him kicked off of the hockey team. So he's trying to deal with that. Then you got Avery's ex-boyfriend who decides all of a sudden he wants to be super creepy, and he starts calling her all the time and like following her, and he calls them and she accidentally answers the phone and he like records them and then like plays it in front of the entire school, which like, and then he basically kind of gets off like scot-free. I think he gets suspended for a little bit, but then he starts hardcore stalking her, kidnaps her. But since she was not physically harmed and they did not find any weapons, he literally gets off on nothing and then is hardcore following her again. Then Avery's got this horrible coworker at the bookstore that she works at that she used to have a huge crush on, that basically tells her that the whole thing with her creepy ex is all her fault because since she started dating Finn, she's changed and she stopped talking to her friends so much. And if she had just told her friends about what happened with her creepy ex, then like maybe she wouldn't have gotten kidnapped. Then you've got this douchebag kid that is on the same high school hockey team as Finn that for some reason has it in his head that Finn needs to hook up with this other girl, despite the fact that Finn keeps telling him no, and like that he has a girlfriend. This guy keeps pushing him even though that he doesn't even know Finn. And so for no reason he's like trying to get him to hook up with this girl, which doesn't make any sense. And whatever, in the midst of all this, like Finn is still playing like his AHL hockey team games and like goes to the All-Stars and is like competing to like be the fastest skater in the AHL, and then he's getting drafted to the San Jose Sharks, so then that's chaos. And then there's all the drama with the fact that like Avery's gonna have to move home to New York, and like, are we gonna make it, which doesn't make any sense because she's only gonna be there for a little bit. And it's just utter chaos. I will say, one of my biggest pet peeves when reading romance books is that you never get to see the couple like actually being together, which I would say I have been spoiled with through like reading Wattpad, because, you know, the couple getting together is not the ending of even like the romance books, because like most Wattpad authors need to like throw in like a third act kidnapping for no reason. Overall, this book is just so fun to read. I mean, I know he's written by a woman, like no, honestly, no guys exist like this in real life, but just like watching Finn like absolutely lose his mind over this woman that he's in love with is just, it just makes you melt, you know? And I just can't handle it. My heart can't handle it. I'll link this down in the description below, but I highly recommend. Anyways, guys, that is all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling up to it. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.